Welcome to Sexpertise. I'm your host and favorite sexpert, the Erica Rivera. Welcome to this episode titled From Sweet to Spicy, Finding Your Dirty Talk Style. Tonight, we're diving into one of the most personal and exciting aspects of intimacy, how you express yourself verbally during sex and flirtation. Dirty talk can be powerful, sexy, and deeply connective, but only when it feels authentic to you and your partner. Tonight, we'll explore how to discover your unique flavor of dirty talk and why embracing your style can unlock new levels of pleasure and trust. Authenticity is the foundation here. Whether you're whispering sweet nothings, teasing with playful banter, or boldly stating your desires, the key is feeling comfortable and genuine. This isn't about performing or copying someone else. It's about tuning into your own desires, your personality, and the dynamics between you and your partner. We'll map out the different types of dirty talk and help you identify what resonates best with you. By the end of this episode, you'll have a clearer understanding of your verbal communication style in intimacy, plus practical tools for exploring and expanding it safely. So, whether you're looking to spice things up or you're totally new to dirty talk, this episode offers a judgment-free space to experiment and grow. Dirty talk is not a one-dimensional language. Instead, it exists on a vibrant spectrum ranging from soft and romantic whispers to playful teasing, all the way to bold and explicit declarations. Each style carries its own energy and purpose, and each has a time and place in intimate communication. Soft and romantic dirty talk often focuses on emotional connection, compliments, and even affirmations. But playful styles can bring humor, flirtation, and teasing to the experience, building anticipation and fun. Now, bold and explicit language directly communicates desire and sexual intentions with confidence and clarity. So understanding these flavors is essential because it opens a door to recognizing what feels best to you and your partner. It's perfectly normal to enjoy different styles depending on mood, setting, or even the phase of your relationship. Sometimes you might crave tenderness, other times playful mischief, or maybe you want to be boldly direct. All these expressions have value and can be woven into your intimate life. By learning about these distinct flavors, you're better equipped to find your voice and feel empowered when talking dirty. This awareness helps break the myth that dirty talk has to be aggressive or explicit. It can indeed be gentle, flirty, and also fiercely passionate, depending on your personal style and boundaries. It's really important to recognize that dirty talk is highly personal. There's no universal right way to do it, and that's because our comfort zones, cultural backgrounds, past experiences, and even generational values will shape how we express ourselves. What feels natural and exciting to one person might feel completely uncomfortable or awkward to another. And that's okay. Respecting these differences is the first step toward creating intimate conversations that feel safe and satisfying for everyone involved. Cultural and social influences play a huge role in how we view and practice dirty talk. Some communities encourage open sexual expression, while others may still frame explicit speech as taboo or inappropriate. Generations also vary widely in their acceptance and style of sexual communication. Understanding these influences can help you identify which messages you want to challenge or embrace as you develop your own style. Relationship dynamics, really, that's what's key. Relationship dynamics are key. Your way of talking dirty might shift depending on whether you're in a brand new relationship, a long term partnership, or even an open arrangement. Different partners might have different preferences, and that means your style could be fluid and adaptable, an exciting way to keep intimacy fresh and meaningful. The first step, I would say, in finding your dirty talk style is self reflection. Ask yourself questions like, what words or phrases turn me on? When do I feel most confident expressing desire? Do I prefer whispering softly or speaking boldly? Journaling your thoughts and feelings can be a powerful tool for developing awareness of your sexual voice. There's no rush. Just take your time to explore and honor what feels authentic. Experimentation is another important aspect. Try writing down some phrases or practicing in front of a mirror. You can also mentally rehearse what you'd like to say in different scenarios, from gentle flirtation to more direct declarations. Remember, this is your playground to explore without pressure or judgment. The goal is to become more comfortable with your own language and pace. Don't hesitate to seek feedback from trusted partners or friends if you feel safe doing so. Sometimes an outside perspective can help you understand how your words land and what might need adjustment. Above all, listen to your intuition. If something feels off or forced, it's okay to pause and reevaluate. Just listen to your gut. It's normally correct. So, communication is a two-way street. Communication is my favorite part of every episode. And understanding your partner's dirty talk preferences is just as important as knowing your own. Start with open conversations about what kinds of words and tones they find appealing or off putting. This can be done outside of the bedroom to reduce pressure and create a safe space for honest sharing. Yeah, this conversation is typically better held outside of the bedroom before things happen. Active listening is so crucial during these discussions. Pay attention not only to what your partner says, but how they say it, their tone, hesitations. What about their enthusiasm? Their enthusiasm also, like, all these things are going to provide clues about their comfort and desire. Sometimes partners might feel shy or embarrassed, so reassuring them that their preferences are valid and respected goes a long way. Non-verbal cues during intimacy can also guide you. Pay attention to body language, facial expressions, and vocalizations that give immediate feedback on what your partner enjoys. Checking in periodically with simple questions like, do you like when I say that? Or should I slow down? This builds trust and helps tailor your language to what really turns them on. When you think of sweet and romantic dirty talk, imagine painting a verbal picture that wraps your partner in emotional safety. This style is full of compliments, affirmations, and gentle words that make someone feel seen, appreciated, and adored. Instead of focusing on the explicit, it builds intimacy through emotional connection. Phrases like, you make me feel so desired, or I love how close I feel to you right now. How close I feel to you right now. These are great examples of keeping things sensual but tender. The goal is to help your partner feel safe enough to be vulnerable. And, sweet talks, it tells them, you can relax with me. You're cherished here. These words aren't just for the beginning of a relationship, although most people think so because it's sweet talking, but they're powerful in the long term connections too, because they reinforce that trust and emotional security. When someone knows that they're valued beyond the physical, they can open up more in both conversation and intimacy. Timing is everything. Okay, so there's a time and a place for these different styles that we're talking about. Use sweet and romantic language during slower, more tender moments, like cuddling, after intimacy, or when you're simply holding each other and enjoying the quiet. The more genuine your delivery, the more impact it will have. Think of it as planting seeds of reassurance that will keep growing, making the connection stronger over time. Playful and teasy dirty talk is all about sparking curiosity and excitement. Here, you're not giving away everything. You're dropping hints, you're making your partner laugh, and you're keeping them guessing about what's coming next. This style thrives on flirtation and lighthearted banter, using humor and wit to keep things fun. A playful comment like, "Careful, if you keep looking at me like that, I may have to do something about it." That creates a delicious tension. The key is to keep it balanced. You're teasing, but never insulting. It's about making your partner feel good while still holding a bit of mystery. Playful dirty talk can happen in person, over text, or even through voice notes. It works especially well when you want to keep the energy light, maybe before a date or during the early stages of intimacy. It keeps the mood from feeling too heavy while you're still trying to be sexy. Another advantage of this style is that it builds anticipation. Teasing is like slow burn storytelling. It makes your partner eager to hear or experience the next chapter. You can mix compliments with cheeky remarks, use inside jokes, or even reference past moments that you've had together. This way, you're creating a private, flirty language that belongs only to the two of you. Bold and explicit dirty talk takes things up a notch by speaking directly about desires, actions, and fantasies. This style leaves very little to the imagination, but it should always be rooted in mutual consent. You may say something like, "I want to feel your hands all over me right now." Or be even more graphic depending on your comfort level. I just have to keep it at a certain level because we're on TV. But this directness can be deeply arousing for partners who thrive on raw sexual language. The important thing here is boundaries, yours and your partner's. Not everyone responds well to explicit terms, so having a conversation beforehand about what's okay to say is key. You can even make a list together of words or phrases you both like or dislike. This ensures that your boldness feels exciting rather than overwhelming. Explicit talk requires confidence, but also vulnerability because you're putting your fantasies and physical desires out in the open. Done with intention, it can lead to deeper sexual chemistry and help both partners feel more understood in their needs. Remember, the hotter the language, the more important the trust is between the two of you. You don't have to stick with one style of dirty talk forever. In fact, blending sweet, playful, and explicit language often works best. Sometimes you may start with something tender, slowly introduce a teasing tone, and eventually transition into more direct language. This keeps the experience dynamic and responsive in the moment. Context is everything. The way you speak during a romantic evening at home might be totally different from how you talk after a night out dancing. Tuning into the mood, your partner's body language, and your shared energy will guide which style fits best. By mixing it up, you keep things fresh and unpredictable. Think of it think of it almost like music. You wouldn't want to hear the same note over and over and over again. I mean, maybe you do. I don't know. But most of us don't. So shifting between tones makes the song of your connection richer and more memorable. Just like in music, the pauses, changes in pace, and unexpected moments can be just as powerful as the words themselves. One of the biggest barriers to dirty talk is internalized shame or fear. I'd say that is the biggest barrier. Many people worry that they're going to sound silly or that their partner will judge them or they'll simply do it wrong. These fears often come from cultural messages that sex should be quiet, hidden, shameful. These messages many of us have absorbed without even realizing it. The first step in overcoming this is self compassion. Remind yourself that it's normal to feel awkward when trying something new, and that intimacy is about connection, not perfection. You can start small with short phrases and gradually build your comfort level. Journaling your thoughts or practicing in private can also help. It's also important to challenge myths, like the idea that wanting to talk about sex makes you too much or that your fantasies are weird. The truth is, healthy sexual expression takes many forms. When you realize the idea that there's only one right way, you give yourself permission to explore and enjoy. Like any skill, dirty talk improves with practice. And that practice doesn't have to happen only during intimacy. You can role play scenarios alone or with a trusted partner just so that you can try out new phrases. This can make it easier to find your rhythm and your comfort level, as I mentioned earlier. Journaling is another great tool. You can write out phrases or scenarios you'd like to say and read them out loud to yourself. And there are also apps, believe it or not, and online guides designed to help couples explore communication in a safe, guided way. Practicing in a low pressure environment makes it easier to bring these skills into real moments. Finally, partner check ins are key. This could mean asking, did you like when I said that? Or, would you want me to be more playful next time? These conversations really do help you fine tune your style. Don't be afraid to talk about it. All right. So when you're fine tuning your style, it'll also make your partner feel included in the process when you do these check ins. Sometimes inspiration comes from the world around us. Erotica, romance novels, movies, and podcasts can all offer ideas for language, tone, and pacing. Listening to how characters express desire can help you discover words you might not think of yourself. It's important, though, to adapt these ideas to fit your personality and comfort level. because copying someone else's exact words without making them your own can feel super unnatural. Instead, focus on the feeling or energy behind the phrase and reframe it in your style. Using media together with your partner, like watching a steamy movie or reading an erotic short story aloud, can also spark conversation about what you both like. These shared experiences give you a safe way to experiment without pressure. So, not every moment will be the right moment for dirty talk, and that's okay. The key is to notice signs of discomfort, like a partner becoming quiet, pulling away, or giving short, hesitant responses. If you sense your partner isn't enjoying it, slow down or pause entirely. You can shift back into a more neutral conversation or simply focus on physical closeness instead. The goal is never to push past someone's comfort zone in pursuit of a perfect moment. That actually makes things more awkward. If difficulties keep coming up, it might help to talk openly outside of intimate moments. Remember earlier I said to have these conversations outside of the bedroom, perhaps not in the bedroom. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about here. You can also seek guidance from a sex therapist or a couples counselor, someone like myself who is an intimacy educator who can help identify and work through any underlying communication barriers. Confidence doesn't just appear overnight. It grows through small, repeated steps. Repeat, repeat, repeat. Start by celebrating your progress. Even if it's as simple as saying one new phrase or holding eye contact a little longer while speaking. Normalize the learning curve. Just like dancing, cooking, or any other skill, dirty talk gets easier with time. So don't be so hard on yourself. There are going to be moments when it flows naturally and others when it feels kind of clunky, but it's part of the process. It just is. Keep the communication with your partner open and allow space for feedback. Over time, you'll start to notice your own voice emerging, a style that feels uniquely yours, and you're going to feel deeply connected to your relationship. All right, final slide. We're at the end. Take a moment to think about which style, sweet, playful, bold, resonates with you the most right now. There's no wrong answer. And your preferences may shift depending on the mood or the stage of your relationship. Choose one thing from today's discussion to try this week. It could be experimenting with a playful text, practicing a romantic phrase in the mirror, or reading something spicy for inspiration. I like this homework. I hope you like this homework. The important thing is to take action, even if it's a small one. Next time, we'll go deeper into turning up the heat, dirty talk during sex. That is next week's episode. We'll explore how to use language in the heat of the moment, keep the rhythm flowing, and match your words to your body language. Before I close out, make sure to contact me at sexpertise at e360tvlive.com if you have any stories that you would like to share with me that have to do with this episode. We also have at the Erica Rivera, that is me, on all social media platforms. Make sure to follow and subscribe to Patreon. So at the conclusion of this episode, at the conclusion of every episode, about 15 minutes after we air, I immediately post up an intimacy tip sheet on Patreon for my subscribers. So usually we dig deeper into that week's episode. We dig deeper into the topic. I give some tips. Certain depending on what tier you're in, certain people may get a shout out during an episode. We have our tip sheets. We also have discounted one-on-one consults with me. So a lot of stuff to check out. Patreon.com/the Erica Rivera as well. And yeah, I think that's it. I will see you next week and turning up the heat. You won't want to miss it.